The good news, Hurricane Beryl has weakened. The bad news, not enough. It's still as strong as Gilbert was, and Gilbert devastated Jamaica back in 1988. And that's exactly where it's headed for today. I'm meteorologist Todd Gross. It is July 3rd. I'll take a look at Jamaica, the Cayman Islands, and the Yucatan Peninsula. Let's hit the charts. So on this satellite photograph, this is a depiction of the storm. This is the eye right there. Jamaica is located right here on the left-hand side of your screen. It's moving directly for the south coast of Jamaica. That's not good because...
Welcome to True Island Stories. This is a brief coverage of the hurricane that's about to hit my dearest country, Jamaica. And I went through Hurricane Gilbert, and I'm going to give you my experience, because most of you, or some of you who listen to me, weren't around at that time. Now, this storm, my people, I must say, please take it very, very seriously. It's morphing into, the last time I checked, a category. Well, it's as more powerful as Gilbert, and I think Gilbert was a category 4. Hurricanes are nothing to play with. At that time, I was a young teenager, but I'll get into that. Now, Lionel Town is where the eye of the storm is said to be coming through, and Lionel Town will get hit the hardest and the worst. So, all fishermen in a Lionel Town, everybody in a Lionel Town, leave, because things, goods, furniture, appliances, all of those can be replaced. All of those can be replaced. A life can certainly be not. Just leave. No, this is very important. This is what saved my roof and several of my friends' roof. Put all egos aside. In disaster time, people have to learn to work together. And it's funny how it's through tragedy why people draw closer to each other, or through sports, through some magnitude and an event. But irrespective of that, the only way to survive during and the aftermath is by sticking together. Everybody have to go be each other's shoulder for cry upon. Everybody gotta be each other's shoulder to lean on. That's how we went through the storm. We survived Gilbert, and let me tell you, Gilbert was very devastating. But to me and my friends, R.I.P. Power. R.I.P. Power. My best friend passed December the 27th. There's nothing in life, growing up, me can do a video without not mentioning him, because I remember when me, Power, Scrubby D, Briefly, all the way, I run up and down in Gilbert. It was fun to us, and we were watching roofs, zinc roof, them time they lift off a rooftop, and we had duck flying zinc. We had duck in the rain, a duck flying zinc as little youth live a Corfield. Riverton, Calalabed, devastated. But to us, we weren't even scared of the danger. We were outside most of the time, running up and down in the rain, racing boat. So honestly, to us, it was a fun experience, one of the best experiences of my life. The during, and you ever hear them say, the storm before the calm? I remember that day like it was yesterday in 1988. Before the storm, the day, it was one of the most peaceful, one of the most calmest day. The sky was so beautiful. I mean, deceptively beautiful, to the point where you didn't think a hurricane was gonna come, because it was so beautiful. But you see, hours before, you just see the clouds just start get gray, and then them get darker gray, and then them turn black, and the place went from beauty to almost midnight. That was the frightening part. Before one drop of rain, that I never forget that. But though the hurricane devastated Jamaica, I think that's, I don't know, don't quote me, but I think Gilbert was our worst hurricane. I don't know if there's another one, because sometimes it might be a lesser category, but it have more rain. And some people think of just the breeze alone, and the breeze is very dangerous. The wind gust, very dangerous, because that pick up flying object. But we never know. We weren't you know, aware of the danger. We're oblivious to the danger. We're just having fun. But a lot of people passed away in Gilbert. But you know what was worse? For people who in America have never been through a hurricane? The aftermath. The aftermath. That was worse to me and to many of us than the actual storm and the damage itself. The aftermath, because life as you knew it before Gilbert hit changed 100%, or should I say almost 100% after Gilbert. There was no light. We never have light and water for 1 month. And remember, we lived in Kingston, where we are quicker to get aid from the agency and the bodies that are designated to help, you know. And this morning I was watching Andrew, our president, our prime minister, and what he did, they issued out $5 million from a constituency development fund, CDF fund, and I think that's a beautiful thing. Some people are gonna say it not enough, but bro, in my time, none never give out. We didn't even plan for the hurricane, but things and time have changed, and at least Andrew proactive, and I respect that, because to some, you know, no matter how much you give them, you know, it's never enough. And some people never say what is done, only that which remains to be done. But you're gonna find out. So 5 million, it may not be a lot, but in times of need, trust me, it's a whole lot. And always remember, be grateful, because 1% of something is better than 100% of nothing. Every constituency is gonna need every dime, every help. You understand? And the aftermath, I remember, we never have light, we never have water. No, you're used to your homely amenities, meaning then you realize, okay, I don't have this. Oh shoot, I can't go do this. I can't turn on this. I can't. You know what I mean? Food was scarce. We had to get water truck. I remember we have to line up with buckets to catch water, to flush the toilet. Them time the man just go so boop and scandal bag it out and go dig hole and bury that. Those who adapt the quickest are those who will survive, or the impact aftermath, they will feel it less. Because in times of tragedy, those who adapt the quickest are the ones who survive. Don't gloat on what was before. Think about what is now and work together, because only in unity can we survive. Now watch this video.
The good news, Hurricane Beryl has weakened. The bad news, not enough. It's still as strong as Gilbert was, and Gilbert devastated Jamaica back in 1988. And that's exactly where it's headed for today. I'm meteorologist Todd Gross. It is July 3rd. I'll take a look at Jamaica, the Cayman Islands, and the Yucatan Peninsula. Let's hit the charts. So on this satellite photograph, this is a depiction of the storm. This is the eye right there. Jamaica is located right here on the left-hand side of your screen. It's moving directly for the south coast of Jamaica. That's not good, because the strongest is just on the north side of the eye right here. That puts that right into Jamaica later today, starting late this morning. Even by noontime, you'll already start feeling the effects of the storm. And then this afternoon, you'll get the worst of the storm. Now, while I'm most concerned about the eastern tip of Jamaica, and also right here, this bay that's around Lionel Town, that the water's going to come right in there. You have a 6 to 9 foot storm surge at least coming in right here as the storm passes just to the south of that peninsula. So that's the worst, but the entire island will be affected. In terms of the wind, you will be somewhat protected in Kingston by the Blue Mountains to the east, because the wind will be coming out of the east for most of the storm. And it does appear to me that you will have some protection from the wind from the mountains. But other than that, in terms of the storm surge, that's not looking good. That looks like it'll be very, very significant. There'll be heavy rains also in those mountains, so there'll be flooding coming out of the mountains, and there'll be other places that get flooded as well. The other good news is it's moving very, very fast. It will be a brief storm, but it will be a devastating hit, because the speed of the storm is also going to be keeping it very strong on the north side. It's a little hard to explain, but when a storm is blowing by very quickly like that, it does tend to hit you harder than when it's just lumbering along. So it will be a hard, quick hit, then it will get out of here tonight, that is Wednesday night. Now, as for Wednesday night, the Cayman Islands are next. The storm should weaken a little bit more by the time it gets to the Cayman Islands and a little more again by the time it gets to the Yucatan. Now, Cancun is right there. It's on the edge of where all these tracks, the possible tracks are what we're showing you right here. And Cancun is likely to be just on the northern edge of the storm. You may not get a direct hit from it, plus it will be weaker by then. And then on to Texas, it does look like it may get to Brownsville or that vicinity, or even curve up towards Galveston. We'll have to see. We're not sure about that, and that would be over the weekend. That would be like Friday night, Saturday. Now, I want to wish our friends in Jamaica the best of luck. I know you won't be able to communicate later today. Communications will go down. The electricity is going to go down. So the best of luck. Please follow the advice of local officials. I know there's no mandatory evacuation. That's what I've heard anyway. But please be extra safe. Take this storm very seriously. It's likely to be just a hair below Gilbert when it gets there. And you know what Gilbert did back in 1988. So please take care of yourselves. Good luck. God bless.
People, make sure you don't have no batteries. Charging a phone regardless. You might not have no service or whatever, but you can take videos and do remember, out of every tragedy, there's a good. But you just have to know if you look. Because after the aftermath, a whole lot of people gonna get jobs. See, that's what I do. I look for the positive, no matter how bleak the situation is. It's just like a man where he's a drunkard and he's a cockhead, but nobody don't know. He's a pillhead, nobody don't know. And something happen where he gets arrested and everybody a ball. And he goes to jail. But then most people don't know that he needed help. And the path he was going down was very destructive. And he couldn't help himself. But being incarcerated took him away from all those daily party tricks, his party favors. So he had time to heal and recuperate. But he needed that time and he had to get it forcefully. So while his freedom was cessated, his life was elongated. He got an extension. Does that make sense? Everybody, there's a good. The mind is a very powerful thing. You have to just know how to adapt. And the police force taught me that. I'll be forever grateful because the police force shaped my mind. They put me through the toughest thing as a kid growing up, and that shaped me to the person who I am today. And I honestly think if I never joined the force, maybe I wouldn't be here today based on so much things I got through in life. You understand? That's when my mental toughness come in and worry about things that I can't control. It's not easy, but practice makes perfect. You know what I mean? But as I was saying, the aftermath of the hurricane is the worst part. That was the worst part for me. I remember me and my friends them, and this is just to lighten the mood. We banded to get it just. We were already close. We were already a close-knit set of friends. But what we did, we pool our resources and we run boat every day. Today over my yard, today over power. Next day over Borough them. And sardine, we eat sardine, Borough. You remember how we eat sardine? We name sardine till after, when everything come back, we don't want to see tin food. Never bridging right now in America. Scrubby D, big up yourself anyway. Them man in eat tin food when them come America. Him eat tin food, nothing tall, because it bring him back to where they used to eat baked tin food. We never have it. Hungry, I kill we at daytime. Zilla Pang, you know the thing. Hungry, run a Zilla yard. Zilla cook the best sardine. Zilla make sardine taste like steak. Him are the real sardine boss. Zilla Pang from Corville. When him cook that with onion and pepper and carrot, me never see a man cook sardine so yet. Yeah, man spice up the Zilla Pang. Yo, I him teach me to cook sardine. Remember, we don't have no meat. I remember me and my friend them run down a fowl. Run him down, brawling. Like KV. Run that down. Run it down. One rooster. And bossing chot. Bossing gegel. And me I tell you, we start cook the rooster there from about 12 o'clock a day. The stove turned down. Because wood fire, you know, we add wood to it, add wood to the fire. Until, you know, we turn on it about 2.5 days. You fall upon it all now. You say you go and bite it. About 4 man. It right now one teeth there, so it got. Stewing in. Tough. All fall. Direct. Alone gravy and rice. And dump. Alone gravy. Can we curry that down? And the students say, Yeah, idiot, man. When you come both off like the crowd, alright, watch me on the teeth, yeah? When I lose them teeth. If I'm all full, all rooster, rubber. But, you know, we get joke, even today, we call one of them, you know, remember Burro, film plate a mountain of rice. And we used to say, Burro, oh, you eat so much rice. You know, it was just fun, but it brought us close. We were already close though. You know, fights every day as kids, but we friend back. But that, we survived. But you know what was the worst thing? After water settled, then comes the mosquitoes. The big mosquitoes. Mosquitoes love hurricane. Mosquito, them love hurricane. Yo. Them come up and say, wow! Attack we, Calais the river, attack the whole and we feel it. Naven, Corville, doing it pa. The mosquito them, but we over to Corville, Washington side, Patrick City here, but Riverton, Calais, Shanty, Corville, Naven, you know, and the back to the swamp and Naven, we feel it the most because we live on dump up land already. So come like the mosquito egg them in the dirt, so in the rain fall, them just come up there, but that, oh. And then they see the truck come with the stinking sitting back right, with the whole heap of smoke, I have a little picnic, I run back right, it was stinking gas, and then you think like Satan poop. Happy truck, and I make nice, yo, when you hear that truck there coming up, every little picnic, you can't, no matter which grill lock, them a come through it. Cause everybody, every little picnic, I run back at the truck there and I smoke. And the thing is, the smoke is so thick. Whether you spray the mosquito, you can't even see the next person beside you. And it stink. When I say stink, I mean pink. You just smell it. Your house, everything, your food smell it. But to us it was fun. But that's just the lighter side. On the stronger side, I say people up here, remember your loved ones at Jamaica. Because tragedy in them and nobody yard, it can affect anyone anywhere, at any point. All man when I like the man them round there, so. Bro, that's another time. This is not the time for that. This is the time for band. This is the time to drop ego. This is the time to drop all HATE. Because right now, to survive this and the aftermath, I love alone.
Sanjusk, true. As I do this for the poor, I do this for the less fortunate. Justice now when I need them beaten. 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 Mr. Justice now when I need them beaten. Hope on them, that's all them greedy. Father time still undefeated. Wrong, while them get posturepedic. Rank like donkey peepee. Vibration, me not really feel it. Corrupted lace, me not afraid for peel it. Question, who gonna feed the needy? While them sell a thief and I really need it. Why the needs of the chief and the greedy. Leaders I meet, I forget for feed. Rat them really love the cheese and season. Tan bad till them end up badly beaten.